It is time for the finale of the Gatorade Cup Series, season number 13. We head to the Homestead Miami Speedway for the running of the Krispy Kreme 400, a track which has crowned 12 previous Gatorade Cup Series champions, and will look for its 13th here tonight, or possibly its first repeat champion. Max Anderson comes in tied for third in points, 10 points back. However, if he wins, it would be his second championship to go alongside his Season 8 trophy at home. We'll see if he can get it done. It's an uphill battle, but it could happen. At the front of the field, many non-chasers at the start of the grid. Roman Fenway on pole, Jeff Wright to his outside in the 9. Starting in third place, Cody Anderson. In fourth, Zachary DeLello. And rounding up the top 5, TJ Hanley in the 21. Starting in sixth place, Riley Spurley-Tube. In seventh, it's Derek Hamill. Scott Gregory starts in 8th. In ninth place, Luke Rainey second in points, but only 2 behind Rando. At the moment, if this race were to end how it starts, he'd be the champion. And rounding out the top 10 to his outside, the 10 car of Ron McTrain. Back behind them, Eli Bright starts 11th, and John Smith starts in 12th. Back there, Brandon Beal, and then the 41 of Justin Zeidel, and Anson and Charles Bois completes the top 15. He comes in tied for third in points, 10 behind. They have Cement Oskin, the 15, and the 13, Anthony Hernandez. Then there's Bibi Ruiz and Riley Sampson. Jake Galloway needs every point he can get. He needs to win this race and hope Jay Randall and Luke Green finish in the bottom 3 chasers. It's a very, very slim chance, but it is possible. Mathematically eligible is Jake Galloway. And then behind him, teammates Cresswell and Jefferson. Then we have Evan Hunter and Keegan Thompson with Max Rossi and Marshall Burrell. Then there's Caden Lynn and Colin Teague, Jonathan Beeford and Mitchell Collins. There's Jay Randall, the points leader, back on the outside, back of the field. A very, very costly qualifying position for Rando, but lots of time in this 4-1 lap race to make it up to his inside, Diego Yepes. When Max Anderson comes in tied for third in points, and Levi Jones to his outside. Then there's Nathan Baird and Nonigan Scott, Cole Luigi and Conrad Evans, Sebastian Kukulan and Logan Williams, and rounding up the field, Brett Sierra 41st and Bronson Make the 3 back in 42nd. So there's the 42 car field for the finale of the Gatorade Cup Series Season 13. 5 drivers with a shot at the championship. 1 leaves as champion. Let's get on track to fire these cars up to start this race out.
Drivers, start your engines.
You only have the front man.
42 cars fire their engines up, 5 of which are fighting for championship. If any indicator of how this race is going to go points to last season, then it's going to be a crazy one for those 5 chasers. As we saw Trey Rainey and George Houston both DNF last season, and Trey Rainey win the championship by 1 point while in the garage area. I don't think the champion will finish in the garage this season. However, you never do know with how these races are. 41 laps, the front 8 starters are non-chasers. Fenway and Jeff Bright are the front row for the Krispy Kreme 400. Jay Reno back on the outside, leads the points entering. Fenway on the gas, green flag racing the finale for season 13. Big dive from the lead in turns 3 and 4. Anderson forces Fenway aside. Hanley forces Anderson aside. Who leads the first lap of the final race of the season? Give it to Cody Anderson on the outside. 95 leads the first lap. Already through right again for the lead. Maybe 4. Luke Ray's looking aggressively to the bottom. The 2 car. They'll be 5 wide. Fenway trying to get back in line behind Anderson. It does. Yeah, Fenway did not want to shove that 5 wide. That would have been risky. Lap number 2. Kind of like how we saw last season. The points are getting involved in the lap 2 crash while they were 5 wide in front of them. Hamill will keep second, Luke tight on the bottom. Anderson to the wall in the 95, he'll drop back. Hanley leads in the 21. Hamill in second, 3 and 4 wide for third. Right in the middle of that, Zeidel had to check up on the inside. Eli clears that, now Luke's just middle of 3 and has a hole behind the 88 to get down in line if he so wants to. Hamill for the lead on Hanley. Battle is on behind the front 4. Zeidel trying to emerge clear in 5th. Trying to get by Fenway, maybe trying to get by Luke Rainey as well. As Hamill moves out in front, Eli now for second on TJ. And Luke trying to clear in 4th to get down in line. McTrain to the apron behind them. Oh, that's close. Oh, this is going to cost the back half of the field now. The field's been split a little bit. I think they can run them back down, but that's going to take time, obviously. Time out of this race. And for Brando, you're hoping for maybe a yellow flag So then Luke could maybe lose some on the restart, right? If you're Randall, you're hoping Luke obviously lost on the initial start, but then if he didn't, you're hoping for an early restart. But now that the pack split, it's hard to get a restart, hard to get a crash, hard to get yellow. Luke Rainey now in this main pack in second place, Fenway in third, Jake Galway the 11 moving up, but he needs Luke to fall back to that back half of the pack to have a shot at the championship. Jake needs to win it, first of all. And Luke Rainey, second in points for the lead at Homestead. He'll take it away on lap number 5. Luke Rainey leads the 5th lap of the final race. He's in control of the race, but now Fenway to the inside. He's currently in control of the championship, though. That's his main goal, is the championship. He's not going to fight, not going to fight hard for this race win. He's going to fight hard for the championship. Galway shoving it 3 wide. The 11 knows he needs to do everything to win this championship, and they need to hope for other things to happen beyond his control. Galway trying to keep it. Scott Gregory and Zachary DeLello shoving it 4 wide to turn 1. Virtue shoving it 5 wide for the lead. Through turns 1 and 2, that's 5 wide for the race lead, right in front of second in points, Luke Rainey. Fenway trying to back out. DeLello and Virtue making contact. They're getting low. They're saving it for now. I don't know how they did that. That's impressive. Virtue now out in front of the 22. Luke was watching that thinking, what are you guys doing? Sort that out! Somehow they did. I don't know how they didn't do that with him crashing. Eli Bright up behind Hanley, gets him a little loose. The 21 climbs the banking. Eli back for the lead, and these guys are racing very aggressively. That secondary pack has gotten single file for a little bit. They're trying to run them down. Luke through the middle of 4 wide. Hernandez to his inside. DeLello and Spurgeon way up top. Spurgeon's going to get the wall. He'll drop back. Galway to his inside, gets by. Look at that pack back there. They're scattering around. Smith for the lead on Eli Bright. Where is Jay Randall running in the 53? Oh, back in 41st. That's disaster so far for Randall, but still lots of time. We've only completed 8 laps, 8.5 laps. They can still easily gain spots, or Luke can fall back to him. That's the nature of Homestead. It's easy to fall back here, especially if you get into the wall ever. Smith to the lead, Luke Rainey back for the lead. Look at him hug that apron all the way off the corner. Jeff Bright, the Season 2 champion, coming up right behind Luke. Now looking for lead in turns 1 and 2. Jeff wants to lead for himself. And that's the thing about some of these drivers. They're not racing to give Luke or Randall room. They're racing for themselves, right? They're not here to just pull over and say, oh, you guys go bow for the championship yourselves. They're here to not only get the final win of the season, but some of these drivers that are in the chase and are not in the championship fight, they're battling for their own points position. Whether it be 5th or 6th or 10th, 11th. Not last, something like that. Luke might be up top 4 wide. Looks like Zidell again had to check on the inside along with Anthony Hernandez. That helps the 2 car. Maybe he can try and clear her down the back stretch. He's going to be all but clear down the back into turns 3 and 4. He has to hope that they check up on the inside again. They'll be 3 wide in front for the race lead, though. I think we've seen more 3 wide today at Homestead than for the lead than we have ever. DeLello moves out in front. What a great run for that 52. Over the 3 and 4, they got side by side in front and slowed them down. If I'm up top 3 wide, I'm just backing out, right? I'm finding a way back down to the middle. Because if you're up top 3 wide, that ends up being up top 4 wide at some point, right? Somehow it just always finds a way where you're up top 3 and then you somehow get up top 4. So if I'm Luke, I'm just giving people room and just falling back. Go to the middle, Just find a way to the middle. Don't fall the 13 up there. Try and get to the inside of him and then just fall in by the 10, right? If you're Luke, just fall in by the 10. You can give up these spots because Randall is still in the back. He's making some progress, but Randall's still back there, right? It's going to take him 4 laps to get up here. So if you're Luke, just stay patient. Just stay in the middle. He'll find a way down line at some point, especially once the tires start to wear out. The middle starts to become a little bit better. Back up to the front. Jeff Bright in the 9 leads. There's 2 champions going at it. Bright Season 2, Hanley Season 7. Hanley to the inside, Jeff Bright for the lead. TJ, Jeff, side by side. Jeff led that lap, but TJ's looking for lane to turn 1. Oh, Zidell does, though. We've seen that 41, though. He makes these big moves to the bottom. Looks like it makes that car tight. I think he's driving in too deep, and he just can't get through the center well. It's kind of cost him a little bit. See right there, he just couldn't keep it inside of TJ. He's going to try it again through 3 and 4, but TJ's able to clear. He'll lead this one. Hamill in 3rd now. Eli Bright and Jake Galway battle. Galway looking for anything he can do to win this championship. And for Jake, if you win the race, you're probably not going to win the championship because Luke's running well, and obviously Jay Randall would maybe finish well enough as well. But if you're Jake and you win the race, then you can say I did everything I need to do. I just left it in the hands of other people, which unfortunately Unfortunately, that's how Galway is having to race this race, is leaving it in the hands of other people once he does his work, but that's how it is. He's 12 points back. He did not have a stellar chase, but he had a good enough chase to keep him within a shot. That's more than other people can say. Obviously, Jake's battling for his own 3-point spot. If he can beat Charles Bois and Max Harrison by enough points, he could be third in points. So that could be a big season 13 for Jake here. Back to Luke, because he's still kind of up here. He's on a vulnerable position, that's for sure. He's in a pretty decent position. Let's Lynn gets the ball right there. Looks like Lynn kept it out of it pretty well, but Luke's now in the middle. He can try and get down to the bottom at some point. There is a nice gap behind that one car, Scott Gregory, that Luke can get down into if he needs to. As we're quickly approaching the midway point of this race, it's been caution-free so far. That's because the pack has been split, right? And we're getting to halfway. Tires are starting to wear off. These tires are running 10 slower than they were originally at the start of this race. So now it's getting hard to make passes on the inside, which is what Luke wants to see. He wants to keep this track position up until pit stops, whether it be yellow pit stops or green pit stops. If you're Luke, you're hoping that this thing stays green the whole way, and you can make the pit stop green, get in and off pit road well, and then Jay Randall can have a restart to try and gain spots, or a restart for you to fall back. But that's up top 4. That's that position. I said if I was Luke Green, if I were in, I'd just back out and give everyone the lane. Oh, they're wrecking in front, though! A big crash to the outside wall for Jake Galway and Jeff Bright. The 2 gets away somehow. Jeff slow. Galway around. Randall gets by as well. The yellow is out, and Jake Galway will not win this championship, we know for sure. Yellow flag and the Krispy Kreme 400. I don't know how it happened, but it was up in the front. They're running in near the top 5. And that is heartbreak. I think John Smith has damage as well in the 4. Is that rear damage? Looks like it. So this is just around the midpoint. They'll definitely pit here, and they'll be good to go on gas and tires. And I'd assume 4 tires. You're pitting at the midway point. No way you want to take 2. Luke Rennie 14th. Jay Rando made up some spots, but he's back in 33rd still. It's right around where he started, but my oh my. But now, you know, if you're Rando, you have a restart, right? Keep it on the bottom. If Luke gets put up top, then you're right with him. So it's not over for the championship quite yet. Luke's run well so far this race. He's been top 15 pretty much the whole race, but you still have to make this pit stop well. You have to get off pit road well, and then you have to do the restart well. If you ever get put up top here, it could be hard to find a way back down the line on a restart. So we'll see if anyone dares take 2. I mean, sometimes track position is kind of out there, and you're like, all right, I kind of want to do that. Charles Bois wants that track position. That could be a championship-winning move. I mean, he wants that championship, so he's going for 2. John Smith also taking 2. What does Luke do? Does he take 4 right here? You know, they're all doing 2. That's interesting. I would have done 4. Well, the running order will be shuffled. The race leader off of pit road is going to be Zachary DeLello in the 52. Let's go see what happened. Caution is out at Homestead. 2 of our front runners crashed. Jeff Bright and Jake Galway both battling up inside the top 5. We had just quickly gone back to focus on Luke and what was happening with him, because he was up top 4 wide, and there was a 4 wide scenario up in front, and it caused a crash. So Jeff Bright on the outside, Hanley in front of him. John Smith and Jake Galloway. Oh, the 4 got clipped by Derek Hamill. Galloway spins around. Smith got hit by McTrain, and up into Jeff Bright, who was just innocently involved. And that's an interesting crash. I don't think I've ever seen them crash like that into turn 3. It wasn't like they were 5 wide in the crash. They were 3 and 4 and they crashed. Smith right there. Hamill is lower than they need to be. And just look, the 4. Poor Galloway and Jeff Bright had nowhere to go. And that's such a shame for Jake Galloway, especially, who was doing a really, really good race. Having a really great race. Let's go with Luke Rainey. This had to have been a heart stopper. This happened out of nowhere right in front of him. Well, the past 2 races, he's missed just about every crash that's been on the racetrack. So how about another one for Luke Rainey in his quest for the championship? So Zidell led them into pit road. However, DeLello leads them off of pit road. The 52 leads at Homestead. Luke Rainey in the top 15. Jay Randall looking for some spots. Will come green just after the midpoint in the Krispy Kreme 400 at Homestead. Green flag this time by under 20 laps to go in the season. The championship picture is still wide open. Zachary leads the race. Luke Rainey runs 16th as Jake Galloway is out. Jay Randall back in 36th. But if the 2 ever falls back on the outside, the 53 could be right on the 2 within a few laps. 41 cars still left running. Jeff Bright damaged, but still going. Gowie the only one out. We'll see who can try and get it done. Will we have another yellow is the big question. So Zachary DeLillo leads this race in the 52. Anson and Charbaugh looking for a miracle in points. Came in 10 back. He's second. He could get some of those points if he wins this race. Hanley in third. John Smith has damage, but he's currently in fourth. And Justin Zeidel in fifth. They have Roman Fenway 6th, Riley Spurtube 7th, Jay Jefferson 8th, Ross McTrain 9th, Eli Bright 10th. If you're Luke Rennie, you're 16th on this restart. You cannot give up the bottom under any circumstances. He needs to stay low as much as he can to try and stay ahead of Jay Randall. He's done it all race long. He's been the championship lead all race long. Can he try and keep it there for the end? Green flag back out of Homestead. Scott Gregory did not go whatsoever on the restart. Put the 2 on the outside. Luke will split middle right here to Derek Campbell. Zero goes low. Now for Luke, it's fine unless he gets put top 3. Then it's bad. Charbaugh already out in front of the 96. Trying to just find a way back in line now. Caden Lynn dives low. Luke might have a shot to get in front of the 37 behind the 43. Well, he's not really racing them. He just wants to get in line. Charbaugh moves out in front, but challenged already by TJ Hanley to the inside. Luke will get down in behind Max Harrison. So that was a really good break for Luke right there. He got put high on the restart, but quickly got back down line. Jay Brando still stuck back there. For the lead, there's damage on the back of the 4, but it's not affecting him. John Smith going on Hanley. I think that car would be handling pretty bad. The spoiler's now out of the air, but what the heck for John Smith? He's going for it. Back there's almost a crash. Riley Sampson was in the middle of it. DeLello and McTrain. Scott Gregory as well. Gregory just did not go on the restart, and that stacked the field behind and put Luke on the outside. And luckily for Luke, there was a quick hole in the next lap. He's kind of just stuck there, though, behind Max Harrison. They're not really making progress on the inside. He knows it, but he also just, he can't go to the middle, because then he might fall up top 3, and like what his teammates Rosen was having happen. John Smith in that damaged 4 car goes for the lead at Homestead on TJ Hanley. They'll try and get by through 1 and 2. Sides up the hill, here comes Eli Bright. Eli Bright for the lead at Homestead. Down the back stretch of the race, side by side for the lead. Now against Scott as well, and the 66 is coming. Scott to the bottom 3 wide. Hanley, where does he go? Who does he go with? I think he's going with his good old friend Eli. 2 longtime veterans, 2 champions. 4 wide behind. They sort it out. Eli Bright clears and leads. Hanley trying to clear in second, get down behind the 88, and will look for a cross under. To the inside for TJ Hanley. 15 laps to go in the season. Down the backstretch, Rando trying to make ground up. Luke might get put middle of 3 by Rando's teammate DeLello. That's where teamwork comes into play. But Luke, a power move through the middle to get back clear. He's like, not so fast, teammate of the 53. Harrison trying to make a move on Scott Gregory, but did not really work out. Slowed them up. Zeidel trying to get the lead back. Remember, he led onto pit road, but didn't lead off pit road. It hurt him. He's now back around the bottom half of the top 10. Randall still can't make progress. Got put on the outside. Luke now middle of 4. Zeidel comes to the inside. Zeidel's teammate McTrain with them. Eli Bright back out front. Max Anderson for a second. Nonigan Scott with them. Luke is fine if he stays in the middle. Another thing we haven't really talked about is the tie-breaking system. The tiebreaker, if you tie in points, the tiebreaker is full season points. So who wins that tiebreaker if it's Jay Randall and Luke Green? Well, Luke Green wins the tiebreaker over anyone that's in the championship fight. So if Luke were to tie with Anderson or Charbois or Randall, he wins the tiebreaker. Randall wins the tiebreaker with anyone but Luke. So at the moment, if Luke finishes 2 spots ahead of Randall, he's still the champion in a tie. If he finishes 1 spot ahead of him, then Randall gets it. Max Anderson gets out in front, looking for a miracle in the championship. Charbois moving the 2 aside. Luke now up top 3 wide. This is where it starts to get dangerous. If you're Luke, you have to find a way back down to that middle. You got to fight hard to get down to the middle as well. You can't be nice. Luke's being too nice right now. He's giving people room. He's like, all right, I'll go up here. I'll ride up here. I'll give you guys room on the inside. He can't be doing that. He has to get down in line quickly. Because not only is he losing ground to Randall, but Max Anderson's up there leading the race. Anderson's getting 15 points. If he wins, then he could just steal it from Luke and Rando out of nowhere. I'm going to try and look at this point scenario and see. Oh, look at Luke getting checked up on the outside again. He's going to lose another spot to Hernandez. And how they're racing. And look at Randall's on the inside. He smells blood in the water in front of him. Luke Green's on the outside, dropping back. mean, if both of them finish poorly, Max Anderson could be the one in the championship spot. He's out front leading. Now they're going to try and run down. They got single file Williams and Scott Gregory and Hanley in them. At the moment, Randall, Luke, Brady, this could be a battle. Luke needs to find a way down to that middle and then to the bottom. He cannot lose any more ground. Look at Randall coming up right behind him because Kukulon is Randall's teammate holding up the two in front. Williams for the lead. Luke, Brady still on the outside. Randall trying to fight to the inside. The two trying to get down. Now as they run, it's a tie. As they run, they tie. Kukulon still in front of Luke. The two trying to get low, but Burrow's down there. Here comes Randall. Once he gets by the 42, then he leads the championship by a point. And once he gets by the 2, he leads by 3 points. Randall out front of the 2 for the first time today. I can't believe that. Randall's been nowhere near the front at all. He's still not near the front, but he's now leading this championship. And Luke's still on the outside. He's going to lose his spot to Code. I can't believe it. It's turned so south for the 2 car. At the front, Hanley on Williams. Max Anderson has to have some life in him now. There's so many spots in between he and Randall and Luke. Cresswell for the lead in the 20. Behind them, Luke's still not down low. Cresswell 3 wide. Conrad Evans still up here, not against Scott. Where's Anson and Charles? He's coming to the front. Oh, there was something happening in that back here. Jay Randall, look at him. Moving. Luke Ray's still up top 3, maybe even 4. Rando to the inside, trying to get anything he can. Now he'll get put middle by Evan Hunter, but Luke needs to find a way around that 53, put some cars between he and the 53, but now he's slow because another of Randall's teammates holds the 2 up. That, what, Kukulon did it, DeLevel's done it today, and now Colin Teague has as well. Luke needs that 53 to fall back to him and behind him, because there are chasers behind the 2 car, but there's not many. It's only the 30 and the 18, and Luke's still up top, the 18's on the bottom. That's a chance now for Luke to get down in line. He needs to desperately take this inside lane. He's been too nice all race. He needs to be aggressive now. This is not a time to be nice in this championship. Randall's still clear now. 5 to go in this race. Max Anderson's in a mess. Looks like his championship chances might be done. Randall right now in control of it, but if he ever falls back into Code Luigi, it could come down to the last few laps. 4 to go to the line. 2 cars are broken away. It's Cresswell and then DeLello. Also, Evans in 3rd, Barrett in 4th, and maybe Anson and Charles could get the championship. That would be a miracle. Charles right now the highest chaser. He'd be getting 12. What chasers are in between him? You have one chaser, the 66. The 43 is another one. The 13, the 00. Trying to look for all these chasers. There's Jay Rando. He's right now. So there's 4 between them, with Charles being the highest. I put Rando 6th. He'd be getting 7. So it still wouldn't be enough. The 53 has to fall back more than the 96. I think needs to win this race as Conrad Evans leads the race. Where is Rando? Where is Luke? Because now Rando is moving up, but Luke's also on the bottom. Rando cannot give up that bomb at any circumstance. Luke is fighting through the pack, but Rando needs to get put high for the 2 to win this race or to win this championship. If Rando though ever does get put high, oh, the 53 is pinning! The 53 is pinning! Jay Rando a major issue in this championship. He was leading the championship, now he's out of it! 2 laps to go! Luke Brady has life again! Max Anderson maybe has life again! Luke Brady now in the championship position, needs to hold every spot he can get because Anderson's still at the front! Does the 2 ever have issues? White flag this time by in the finale! A crazy topsy-turvy ending, it looks like Rando had it! Last lap at Homestead! Conrad Evans leads the race! Logan Williams to 2nd. But the 8 is gone. Rando a lap down and out of the championship. Down the backstretch for the final time. Conrad Evans has never won in anything. Through 3 and 4, he'll get it in the final Gatorade Cup Series race. Conrad Evans wins the finale. Luke Brady, like his brother last season, does it this season, and a wacky ending. Oh my goodness! You talk about coming right down to the wire. That was right down to the wire. 22nd for Luke. I think that's enough. Charles Anderson did not finish well enough. I do not think they did. Hernandez gets 12. Charles gets 11. 10 to Anderson. 9 to Scott. 8 to Ruiz. And then 7 to Luke. That's enough. Luke Rainey in a miracle, a Miami miracle, has won the Season 13 Gatorade Cup Series Championship after Jay Rando had an issue on the car and had to bail to pit road. That is unbelievable. Rando had it right to the end. He was in position, but there had to have been a flat tire or something that had him come to pit road. While it's so great for Luke Rainey, and Luke has to be feeling amazing, I cannot believe the heartbreak for Jay Randall. That has to be, that's so devastating. That is so devastating. I cannot believe that. It was a crazy one again at Homestead. The championship did not disappoint. Let's go see the finish results and the final points from a crazy season finale. Maybe the craziest Homestead race in the Gatorade Cup Series ever. Here's how they finished in the Krispy Kreme 400. 1 caution flag for 4 laps, 22 lead changes, 16 different drivers led. Very competitive Homestead race, but out front at the end, Conrad Evans gets it done in his first ever Gatorade Cup Series win from 38th starting spot. Logan Williams, 39th place start, ends up in 2nd. Nathan Bedford, 36th, ends up in 3rd. Zachary DeLello finishes right where he started in 4th, and Eli Bright gets a top 5 to end out the season. Anthony has a really good points night for him, gets 6. He ends up top 5 in points after that. Antonin Charlebois claims 3rd in points, 7th for him. Marshall Burrow 8th, Roman Fleming from pole 9th, and Max Anderson tied for the most laps led, but ends up in 10th. TJ Lee also tied for the most laps led in 13th, along with Justin Zeidel in 17th. But what a crazy race this was. We had so many different lead changes and leaders. It was a very competitive race at the front of the field, but that championship battle was so insane in the second half. Luke Rainey falling back, Randall moving up, and then Randall have to pit out of nowhere with an issue, and Luke Rainey gets it done. It may not have been the cleanest finale race for Luke, as he was running well and then fell back, but Luke gets 22nd, good enough to win the championship because of Randall's issues. You look down here, only one car DNF, that was Jake Galloway. Randall finished a lap down in 41st. Jeff Wright was off the pace in 40th, but what a crazy finale that was. There you can see Randall and Galloway, and heartbreak for Jay Randall. Had it locked up. I mean, I didn't think there was going to be a way for Luke to get to him and get enough cars in between the 53 in time. It looked like Luke was going to have it, or it looked like Randall was going to have it, but unfortunate issues on the 53 sent him to pit road. At the right side are the final points for the chase. Luke Rainey wins the championship by 3 points over Jay Rando. So it was still decently close. Rando, I mean, even though he finished lowest of the chasers, Luke didn't have a really good day, and Rando was still close, but not enough. 3rd place to Antonin Charlebois, 4th place to Max Anderson. All those 4 finished within 5 points of each other. So imagine if there was one race left. That'd be a very, very entertaining race at the next one. And 5th place in points, Anthony Hernandez. Riley Sampson ends up 6th in points. Baby Ruiz tied for Galloway 7th and 8th. Galloway gets 8th. 9th place goes to Caden Lynn. 10th to Nonigan Scott. 11th to Ko Luigi. And Jonathan Buford, 12th place. He's very, very good in the second half of the regular season, but I think they peaked too early. They were so inconsistent in this chase. They only had really 2 good chase races. The rest of them were pretty poor. So for Jonathan Buford, it was a disastrous chase after a really, really good second half of the regular season. If you are Luke Rainey, you're happy not only they won the championship, but he also scored the most points throughout the season. Luke ended up with the most points, so once again, the Gatorade Cup Series champion scores the most points. It's happened many seasons. Trey Rainey kind of broke that last season, but it happened here this season once again with Trey's brother Luke. So that's back-to-back Rainey championships, as Luke will get it done this season in the 2. And someone I'm actually disappointed didn't make the chase, Zachary DeLello, ended up within a masterful last 10 races, missed out the chase, but finished 2nd in full season points. DeLello was outstanding these last 10. If he made the chase, there's no doubt he would have been the champion. So Zachary DeLello raced very hard these last 10 races. It paid off. It probably would have gotten the championship if he was in the chase. So another crazy Gatorade Cup Series ending, another crazy Gatorade Cup Series championship race. That is all from Season 13. Thanks, everyone, for the support. It's been amazing. This was an amazing season, really. It was so competitive. If you remember, during the regular season, the points battle was shifted all around, all throughout, like every race, there was a different points leader, and so many different people in contention at points, and it was just an outstanding season all throughout. Definitely one of my favorite Gatorade Cup Series seasons I've ever done. Congratulations once again to Luke Rainey on the championship. Came out of nowhere there, but definitely feel bad once again to Jay Randall as well. That really does stink. That's just NR for you. I mean, you just randomly pit out of nowhere. Obviously, there's an issue, and that's what happened. So it was a crazy one, crazy season. thanks everyone for watching and supporting. It does mean a lot. Once again, thanks to Riley's BroTube for the thumbnails and such. Paint schemes, anyone who made paint schemes. It was an amazing season. I can't wait for the Gatorade Cup Series Season 14 to come back, even better and bigger. Obviously, that'll take a little bit because we have Monster Jam coming up and also the first season of the Discord series that I want to run through. So Gatorade Cup Series probably end of the summer at some point. I'll watch out for that. Season 14, it'll be back and bigger than ever. So thanks everyone for watching and supporting. It does mean a lot. Until next season, I'll see you guys then.